Hi, my name is Xinran. I would like to make a venture capital presentation to explain my business ideas for my back company and ask for investment. My company is called Bike and it is located in Rio de Janeiro and Amsterdam. I have a good market performance and financial performance for the first 3 quarters. I identify some companies' weaknesses and strengths that I will explain more in later slides. I put strategies for the next 3 quarters while analyzing financial requests by calculating ROI. I will also explain my pro forma accounting and tactical plan in later slides to show you I am a growing company with potential. Now, I would like to talk about my finance and marketing performance from quarter 1 to quarter 3. In quarter 1, I decided to focus speed bags and recreation bags. Therefore, I took a close look at consumer needs, especially for the top 10 of my 2 brands. For my financial performance in quarter 1, I totally invested 1.5 million in the firm. In quarter 2, I designed a speed bag that I made the component best fit with consumer needs. Also, I designed advertisements content that I gave priority from most concerns to the least based on consumer needs. Finally, I had the highest marketing effectiveness in the class. For my financial performance in quarter 2, I still have a negative net profit from operations. I think that's because my company is still in the startup stage. Then it comes to quarter 3. I found I received a warning from Consumer Union that my design of the recreation brand did not meet the minimum requirement. I took action to compare the components of my competitor's bag and make some changes when designing my product. My financial performance goes down in quarter 3, and the reason for it is my current operation is still negative, but went down due to I opened a new store in Amsterdam and it cost me a lot. Now, I would like to make an assessment of the current situation and market. First, as I mentioned before, my company gives the first priority to recreational bags and then the second priority to speed bags. Therefore, my consumers mainly are recreation bag consumers and then speed bag consumers. Second, in the competition, there are 4 rivals for me in the market. Fortunately, now I am taking the lead in brand judgment from the beginning until the end of quarter 3. This phenomenon illustrates that I often find the appropriate pieces of information and present them to consumers in suitable ways. The score of my recreation by consumers judge the product in quarter 3 is higher than 70, which means they accept my design of the product. Finally, I find that one of my company's strengths is marketing effectiveness. I perform well in marketing effectiveness that I know how to satisfy my consumers based on their needs and wants. My advertising is effective and I choose qualified media placement to do the marketing so that I have outstanding results. However, the company also have a weakness that it has a low asset turnover. Low asset turnover means my firm's ability to use firm assets to create revenue is relatively low than other companies. To solve this problem, I need to try my best to increase my sales in the next few quarters. There are 5 strategies that I decided and want to implement for the next 3 quarters. One is the marketing strategy. I will remain effective in marketing by designing good advertisements and choosing qualified media placement. I had some problems with the design of my speed brand, but I believe I will overcome the difficulties and make consumers satisfied while being consistent with the content of advertisements to avoid deceptive advertising situations. For sales strategy, in Q3, I opened a new store in Amsterdam, and definitely I will recruit more salespeople. My strategy is to increase the productivity of each sales force so that they can deal with more consumers and meet the demands. At the same time, I need to compare with some human resource strategies to give both sales force and industrial production workers better compensation. According to the importance value for workers, I will continue to increase their salary in the future and let them get an expanded package for health benefits. I expected to see people become more satisfied with their job and increase their productivity. I think about my manufacturing strategy. There is a current problem I made is the fixed capacity is too high. In Q1 and 2, I did not fully understand fixed capacity, so I set it very high because my demand is not too high. Therefore, my operating capacity is low, and it is only around 20% of my fixed capacity. My strategy for the next 3 quarters is to increase my projected demand while increasing my operating capacity. I wish I can have a more optimistic result for effective operating capacity utilized and manufacturing performance. Finally, because my current financial performance needs improvement, I decided to borrow some money within the limit to help me operate my business. As I found there are a lot of uncertainties in the market and the total performance is not usually what I expected. It is usually lower than the one in my mind. I think I need more money on my hand to meet unknown situations. Financially, the amount of money being sought is 2.5 million. My projected ROI at the end of Q6 is 20%. That is automatically calculated by I filled in the worksheet following the ROI formula. That shows if you invest in my company, it will become a good opportunity for you to get investment gains and considerable return. For the desired stock price and the share of company being offered, I would like to receive 25,000 shares from venture capitalists with 100 per share. Now it comes to my pro forma cash flow. It is obvious to see my cash balance end of the period increase gradually each period, which is a good sign that it's operating in a right way. One thing I want to emphasize is, as I mentioned in the previous slides, my fixed capacity is too high because I overestimated my projected demand, and because there is a large difference between fixed capacity and operating capacity. Therefore, I decided not to increase the fixed capacity by acquiring more 3D printers in the future. And here is my balance sheet. My total cash is continually rising from Q1 to Q6. The 3-month certificate of deposit is now remain stable and have no change from Q3 until the end of simulation, but I may decide to withdraw or add some amount in the deposit later. For my income statement, although the total expenses are still increasing and reach the peak at Q4, it goes down from Q5 to Q6. That is because I want to set up the business in first few periods to test the market and grow the company. After the market is mature, I think I need to save money, reduce expenditures for the later period to increase funds available for my company. In the end, I would like to introduce my tactical plan briefly. As you can see, my total assets are continuing increased, which is a good signal that I have more cash flow and better financial performance than the beginning periods. I believe as time goes on, I overcome difficulties and speed up my company's adoption rate. Now I have better demand but lower costs. Overall, I think it's a good opportunity to invest in my business. And if you wish to, please do not hesitate to invest.